If I had to start learning English again in 26 knowing everything I know now, I would not do what most learners are doing. I wouldn't memorize long vocabulary lists. I wouldn't spend hours on grammar exercises, and I definitely wouldn't wait until I felt ready to speak. Because here's the truth. Most English learners already know enough English. They understand podcasts, they watch movies, they follow YouTube videos, but when it's time to speak, everything slows down. Your mind goes blank, you start translating, you feel nervous, and suddenly, your English sounds very basic. If that sounds like you, this episode is for you. Today, I'm going to share the exact full plan I would follow to speak fluent English in 2026. No motivation tricks, no unrealistic advice, just a clear system that works in real life. We'll talk about mistakes, daily routines, brain training, speaking alone, fluency with limited vocabulary, and habits that actually lead to confidence. So relax, listen carefully, and imagine this as a roadmap you can follow step by step. Speaking English is not hard because English is difficult. It's hard because of how we learned it. In polls with thousands of learners, the result is always the same. Reading is easy. Listening is okay. Writing is manageable. But speaking is the biggest fear. Why? Because speaking is public. Speaking is immediate. And speaking exposes mistakes. In school, we were trained to be correct, not fluent. We learned to raise our hand only when we were sure. So now, as adults, we overthink every sentence. You don't fail because your English is bad. You fail because your brain is afraid of being wrong. And until you understand that, no method will work. Fluency comes from only two things: input and output. Input means what you hear and read. Output means what you say and write. Most learners focus 90% on input. They watch, they listen, they read. But fluency lives in output. Imagine learning to swim by watching videos. You understand everything. But the first time you enter the water, you panic. That's speaking. If your input is high but your output is low, you'll feel stuck forever. The goal is not more input. The goal is balanced input and output. Mistakes that keep you stuck. Let's fix the biggest problems first. Mistake 1. Waiting to be ready. You will never feel ready. Mistake 2. Translating in your head. This kills speed and confidence. Mistake 3. Learning words without sentences. Words alone don't speak. Mistake 4. Focusing too much on grammar. Grammar supports fluency, it doesn't create it. Mistake 5. Passive listening. Background English doesn't train your brain. Mistake 6. Avoiding mistakes. Mistakes are the training. Mistake 7. Studying for hours, then stopping for weeks. Consistency matters more than intensity. Mistake 8. Comparing yourself to native speakers. That comparison is unfair and useless. Mistake 9. Not speaking out loud every day. Fluency is physical. Your mouth needs training. If you avoid these mistakes, progress becomes faster and easier. A 5-step, 20-minute daily study plan. Here's what I would do every single day. Just 20 minutes. Step 1. 5 minutes of focused listening. 1 short audio, no multitasking. Step 2. 5 minutes of shadowing. Repeat with the speaker. Copy rhythm, not perfection. Step 3. 5 minutes of speaking. Summarize what you heard in your own words. Step 4. 3 minutes of vocabulary in context. Only useful phrases, not random words. How to practice speaking alone. Many learners say, I don't have anyone to practice with. Good, that's not a problem. Think about learning piano. You don't wait for an audience to practice, you practice alone. Speaking is the same. Talk to your phone. Use voice notes. Speak in front of a mirror. Explain your day out loud. If you can't speak alone, you won't speak confidently with people. Practice first. Perform later. Train your brain to think in English. Here are 4 powerful methods. First, describe your actions in English. I'm making coffee. I'm opening my laptop. Second, rephrase instead of translating. If you forget a word, explain it. Third, use simple inner monologues, short sentences, clear thoughts. Fourth, shadow real speech daily. Bonus tip 1, stop aiming for perfect sentences. Aim for fast, clear communication. Bonus tip 2, speak before your brain feels comfortable. Comfort comes later. Speak fluently with limited vocabulary. Fluent speakers don't use advanced words all the time. They use simple words quickly. Instead of stopping, they paraphrase. Instead of silence, they explain. Fluency is movement, not complexity. You don't need more words. You need better use of the words you already know. How to speak fluently about anything. Many learners say, "I don't know what to say," or "My mind goes blank when I speak." This happens because your brain has no structure. That's why the PREP framework is so powerful. PREP means point. Say your main idea clearly. For example, I think learning English every day is very important. Reason. Explain why you think this. Because daily practice helps your brain remember faster. Example. Give one simple example from life. For example, when I speak English for 10 minutes every day, I feel more confident. Point again. Repeat your main idea in a short way. So yes, daily practice really helps improve fluency. This structure gives your brain a clear path. You don't panic, you don't stop, you just move step by step. Now, add active listening. Fluency is not only talking, it is also listening and reacting. When someone speaks to you, react with interest. Respond to what they said. Ask a simple follow-up question, for example. "Oh, that's interesting. Why do you think that? Can you give an example?" Fluency is not a speech. It is not perfect sentences. Fluency is a shared activity between two people. 9 tips that impress native speakers. Many learners think native speakers are impressed by big words. That's not true. Native speakers are impressed by clarity and confidence. First, speak clearly, not fast. Fast English with mistakes is hard to understand. Second, use natural pauses. Pauses make you sound calm and confident. Third, learn sentence stress. Stress the important words, not every word. Fourth, use fillers naturally. Words like "well," "you know," and "actually" are normal in real English. Fifth, finish your thoughts. Even if the sentence is simple, complete it. Sixth, react emotionally. Smile. Show interest. Say, "Really?" or "That's great." Seventh, ask good questions. Questions show confidence and interest. Eighth, stay relaxed. Tension makes your English worse. Ninth, keep going even when you make mistakes. Do not stop. Do not apologize too much. Remember this. Confidence impresses more than accuracy. 14 signs you're more fluent than you think. Many learners feel stuck even when they are improving. Let's look at some real signs of fluency. You understand English without translating in your head. You think faster than before. You respond more naturally in conversations. You can explain ideas in different ways. You don't panic when you make a mistake. You enjoy speaking more than before. You may still make errors. That's normal. Fluency does not mean perfect English. It means comfortable communication. Your fluency is already growing. You just didn't notice it. 5 daily habits for long-term fluency. Fluency comes from small habits, not big plans. First, use English every day, even for a few minutes. 5 minutes is better than 0. Second, speak out loud daily. Your mouth needs practice, not just your brain. Third, consume real English content. Podcasts, videos, real conversations. Fourth, reflect once a week. Ask yourself what improved, what feels easier now. Fifth, stay consistent, not perfect. Miss a day. Continue the next day. Consistency builds fluency. Fluency is not talent. It is not luck. Fluency is training. If you follow this plan, if you speak a little every day, your English will improve faster than you expect. Not in years, in months. Start today. Speak today. Trust the process because your English is closer than you think.
This is the Daily English Podcast, and I'm Alex. Thank you for spending time with me. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and keep speaking. I'll see you in the next episode.